have 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Welcome back to another Riz on my podcast. The Cubs right now have 99 problems, but a fucking division ain't won. This is a little preview of the Cubs card series coming up. It's a 4-game weekend series, and the baton's been passed, at least for this year. Sorry, Cardinals, you're not winning the NL Central. Cubs currently have a 12-game lead. The Cubs are the first to 70 wins this year. They're 70-41, which puts them at a high water mark of 29 games over 500. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have been scuffling big time lately. They actually had a good schedule set up for them to make some ground, but the Cubs decided not to lose, and the Cardinals decided not to win games they should win. So here we stand on August 10th, and it's weird to just sit back and relax and know the division's over. That's a problem Cubs don't have to worry about. It's over, it's done. They can fucking shit the bed the rest of the way. They'd still win the division, and it's kind of nice. Not used to it. I expected this division to go down at least till September, but things change quickly. Cubs have won 8 in a row now. They play the last game of a 2-game, if you want to call it, series against the Angels tonight. It's Hamels versus, I can't even tell you. Who cares at this point? But on to the Cardinal series. As I said, it's a 4-gamer. The first game, and these are some good pitching matchups, actually, in some of these. First game features Lester versus Carlos Martinez. Nice matchup there. That's tomorrow night on MLB Network. Friday features Arrieta versus Wainwright. Another very nice matchup. Saturday features Hendricks, who's, by the way, second in the majors in ERA, versus a recent call-up, Luke Weaver. I actually know something about Luke Weaver because he went to Florida State, and I'm a big Florida State fan. And then Sunday finishes up the series. It is Lackey versus Leak. Eerily similar names. Based on the matchups, I think you could probably say the first 2 matchups, if all 4 pitchers are on their game, are damn near a push. Slight edge maybe to Lester and Arrieta, but those are fairly close. But over the weekend is where I think the Cubs have the edge. Hendricks over the call-up, and Lackey over Leak. Leak's just been pretty up and down most of the season and pretty awful lately. So I'm suspecting that the Cubs will take 3 of 4. A split wouldn't shock. And who knows? It could be really weird. Baseball is strange. Cubs have been great. Cardinals have been bad lately. I won't watch the Cardinals sweep a 4-game set or something ridiculous and just crawl right back into the race and be, depending on what happens tonight, of course, be 7 to 8 games back. You know, that would be like, motherfucker. That wouldn't shock me. But on paper, the Cubs should take the series. Now, I'm wondering what the Cubs are going to do down the stretch as far as resting people, because with this lead that they have, I'm assuming they keep that big lead after the Cardinal series. Who are they going to start to rest, and how much of a rotation is Madden going to use as far as regular players? There's an issue with Stella right now. He was sent down, but he refuses to go to AAA. Hector Rondon is apparently reporting as to having a sore tricep muscle right now, but they say it's not serious, and I like to think it's probably not serious because the roster has so many people come back that it's a real tight fit, so they have enough bodies, so if they needed to put him on the DL for a minute, and considering the lead they have in the division, if it was a serious injury, they could, but that's about the only thing that's going to stop this team is injuries. I mean, as it stands right now. I know Trevor Cahill has been stretched out in the minor, so we'll see when he'll come up and push the rotation back to give the rotation an extra day's rest. Because from here till October, that's all Matt needs to do. Keep the regulars in the lineup, keep them getting enough at bats, obviously, but give them rests when you can, and conserve the starting pitching. And once they get into the playoffs, um, someone had this on Twitter actually. Who would you put as a third starter? I mean, everyone at the beginning of the season just assumed Lackey because he's technically the number three, at least in the order of things. But would you put Hendricks or Lackey to be a starter for Game 3 of a playoff series? I mean, recency bias, but I think I'd be going with Hendricks. I mean, Arrieta, Lester, and Hendricks. It's hard to argue with that. Anyways, let me wrap up this video. Cubs Cards, like I said, kicks off tomorrow night. MLB Network, 4 games set. I would say it's a huge series, but it's more of a huge series for the Cardinals. They have to, at minimum, win the series 3 out of 4 games to even breathe a chance of life into the division. I mean, they ought to just focus on the wild card, but if they want any, dreams of getting the NL Central, getting back in it, fuck that. Actually, they probably need a sweep. If it's still after tonight, if it's still 12-game difference, they need a sweep to get it to 8. I mean, quite honestly. Anyways, we'll see. I'm still looking forward to the series. Love when the Cardinals and Cubs play each other. It's, in my opinion, the best rivalry in sports. I can't stand Yankees Red Sox, especially back in the day when the games used to last 4 hours. But I like the Cubs Cards, especially now that both teams are good. For a while, it was the Cubs sucking dong. But anyway, thanks for listening. If you're a Cubs fan and you like to listen to me rant and rave about the Cubs, then feel free to subscribe. If not, that's cool too. All right, till next time, this has been another Riz on my podcast.